huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right? You've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to the party.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture don't understand anything is because they participated. So.
And 50 Cent sells Diddy doc to Netflix. Ladies.
50 Cent is reportedly developing a Netflix documentary that promises to expose some of Diddy's darkest secrets, and the buzz is explosive. According to insiders, this isn't just a petty celebrity beef, it's a calculated takedown that could shatter reputations and end careers. Diddy was recently seen in tears, and the timing has raised eyebrows. Could he be panicking over what's coming? With decades of dominance, Diddy's empire once seemed untouchable, but this documentary could turn the entire hip-hop industry on its head. Rumors suggest major bombshells are about to drop, and if they're true, no one is safe. This could completely rewrite what we thought we knew about Diddy, his legacy, and the music world he helped shape.
Videos, so many videos on Diddy, that are resurfacing, but an actual documentary. And I don't know if there's going to be like something with 50 Cent voice narrating. I don't know, but it's going to be bad. I would advise everybody to tune in who really don't really understand and what, how far back this goes with Diddy. From when people were speaking out earlier on him. I know it's going to have stuff on Tupac, Biggie, all that, but we're going to check this video out here, man. 50 Cent be trolling, but this is the ultimate right here. Top tier. Let's jump right into it.
Days after a damning surveillance video showed Diddy abusing his ex, a documentary is closer to becoming a reality.
Now let's bring in TMC's Michael Babcock. Good morning to you, Michael.
Morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing all right. So tell us what's going on with this. We understand rapper 50 Cent has been shopping this around.
Yeah, and you know what? I think a lot of people thought that 50 was just trolling, and if anyone follows 50 on Twitter or Instagram, he's no stranger to that. He definitely, engages in trolling and makes a lot of jokes. So when he had, repeatedly taken shot after shot after shot at Diddy and then said, hey, I'm working on a documentary, I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not. So this is actually a real project that's being made under his G-Unit movie and TV studio, and he's made a bunch of really successful projects under that banner. They were actually selling it around to different streaming organizations, including Netflix. Netflix ultimately had the most money, placed the winning bid, and at some point here in the future, we don't know exactly when, but this is actually going to be something that airs on Netflix.
And think about this. Everything hasn't even came out yet. So I'm just wondering, they're probably going to wait to see if I'm guessing to wait to see if he goes to jail or what, because I feel like they need more, not more evidence, but just, with the whole raid and stuff. I'm just wondering what else is going to come out that they're going to add to that. Yeah, there's no way this dude is coming back from this. 50 Cent.
People may not know, the two of them have had beef for decades. 50 Cent has kept his foot on Diddy's neck for decades.
Foot on his neck.
Absolutely. It's like they once worked together a long time ago. They're not friends now. They don't like each other. And 50 has taken every shot, especially when Diddy has been down. Diddy really, is not in a position right now to fire back at 50 Cent. So he's taken a lot of abuse, and I don't know that anyone feels sorry for P. Diddy right now.
No, I don't think so either, and it's certainly not going to end anytime soon.
You're right about that. Man, that's probably going to be one of the most watched, because I'm just thinking about all the information that they're going to gather and how many people are going to be tied into this. How many people right now are kind of just like, oh no, like because 50 be getting on everybody when he be trolling. So it's like, I know a lot of people are probably just shaking in their boots right now. I just think that when Diddy approached 50 with the stuff that he says, like, I want to take you shopping and all that, 50 was like, wait, hold on. So, and some guys he probably took shopping before, and they, at the beginning, they probably thought it was Diddy doing something nice until they got a knock at the door or something like that. And Diddy, I'm here to collect. So my whole thing is like, once this come out, if it goes through and falls through, it's gonna be bad. Like whatever we seen so far, all the stuff you want to gather, whatever we seen, it's probably gonna be.
You might think this is just another rap beef, but it's much deeper than that. Believe it or not, 50 Cent and Diddy weren't always at odds. In fact, they used to be on good terms, moving in the same circles and even collaborating on music. Remember the I Get Money, Forbes 123 remix, featuring Diddy and Jay-Z? That track was a major moment in hip-hop history, and fans loved seeing the moguls unite. But somewhere along the way, things took a sharp turn, and fast. Today, $50 Cent isn't just throwing shade, he's dragging Diddy through the mud with relentless precision. From sly jabs on social media to cryptic posts filled with thinly veiled messages, 50 has been steadily stirring speculation without revealing too much. It's as if he's got a pot of boiling tea and is slowly lifting the lid, letting fans catch just a whiff. But now, it's building to something far bigger, a Netflix documentary. Word on the street is that 50 Cent is preparing to drop explosive allegations that could rock the entire hip-hop world. This isn't about petty drama. It's potentially career-ending, reputation-shattering territory.
There's the whole where 50 Cent tells the story about how Diddy offered to take him shopping.
Right.
And there's also the time where he made Fabulous real uncomfortable while Diddy was calling some other dude daddy and telling Fabulous, like, yo, why don't you party with me? And, trying to get Fabulous to party with him, What do you think about these like little looks into the past about how Diddy was acting?
I see a lot of, I would call epics, these little commercials, these little cartoon things, South Park, that popped up with the devil talking about, I don't want to do it if Diddy did it. Did you ever see that on South Park?
I haven't seen that one yet. No.
Yeah, 50 ended up posting it, but I'm a South Park fan, so I already knew about that one. You know what I'm saying? So that was on. Was that on South? Yeah, that was on South. Yeah, South Park. Yeah, so I'm like, I'm a South Park fan, so I'm looking at that. So, and I say that this guy could have went down in history as one of the greatest producers that put together some of the greatest music in the 90s and having arguably one of the top greatest rappers in hip hop in his camp. For the people to make him the laughing stock of hip hop, the laughing stock of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, is one of the greatest tragedies of our time. It's crazy what he has become to the media.
Can you separate his music from his personal life?
You know the man through his music. So you can't separate his personal life from the music.
Why do you think he was offering to take 50 Cent shopping?
I can't really offer that, bro. I can't really answer that. I don't know why, but just on some sucker shit, probably. You know what I'm saying? Trying to play 50.
Mm.
You know 50. Come on, bro. 50 was rich at the time. 50 used to do music for him. Why he never asked him then when he was doing music for him? You understand? Just talking shit, want to have something to say.
Now I know what you're thinking. Why is 50 Cent coming after Diddy after all these years? Well, honey, that's the million-dollar question. Some say it's about money, while others believe it's a long-standing grudge finally bubbling to the surface. Whatever the reason, one thing's certain: 50 Cent isn't playing. This has gone far beyond petty rapper shade. It's about power, legacy, and possibly exposing deep, dark secrets that have been buried for decades. Has built a reputation for being absolutely ruthless when it comes to his rivals, and now Diddy appears to be firmly in his sights. The hip-hop world is buzzing with speculation about just how explosive this upcoming Netflix documentary might be. Will 50 Cent truly unveil enough to bring down one of the most powerful moguls in the game? Or is this all a brilliantly executed hype campaign? Either way, once this doc drops, expect the world to be watching and talking.
New York City, Mount Vernon, and Miami, all that is the same, bro. Nobody wants to be near him. Nobody wants to touch what he touched, be where he at. You understand? It's crazy, bro, how his fall from grace, which was never from grace, it's just like the devil just kicked him out of hell, because he was never in nothing graceful and did anything graceful. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you say about, okay, he did the music, he had the bad boy legacy and everything like that, man. But, you know, a few albums, a few people, you know, made to be famous, but they not here to tell their story. Black Rob, Biggie, Craig Mack. They not here to tell their story, bro. And now you got everybody telling his story.
Yeah, and I know 50, he did a recent interview with US Weekly saying that the reason why rappers are quiet about, Diddy's situation is because they've been to his parties and they don't know what got caught on tape.
Bruh, those people who was caught at Diddy party did not know that he had 250 tape recorders in that house. That's a big house. But he had 250 tape recorders in that house that they took, that the feds found. So now with them finding all that and you being at a Diddy party, you know you may have done something that was caught on one of those tapes. You just better pray to God that they don't recognize you. Those people who know that they did something, no, they're not going to speak out. They're not going to say nothing. What part of the game is that? They are not going to come forward and tell on themselves. Nah, not at all. Ice Cube, he said it himself, bro. He said that Diddy's been targeted because of what he said about those folks and those people. Now, the people who was on those tapes may feel like Diddy might be targeting them. Because if he's asked about who is this, who is that, and he's under oath with the federal government, he got to tell them. He's not going to plead the fifth.
Yeah, I know that got to be a terrible feeling, man. You know you did something wrong in Diddy party, and you hoping and praying that it's not caught on tape.
But they don't think they did nothing wrong. That's their lifestyle. That's their lifestyle, bro. I ask guys all the time, if two men lay down, how many homos get up? What you mean? I mean what I mean. It's what it.
Girl, let me tell you, the tea that's about to be spilled is hotter than a summer day in Atlanta. But here's the real gag. We've all heard the whispers about Diddy before, but this time, it hits different. 50 Cent isn't playing. He's got that look like he's about to drop a bomb that could shake the industry to its core. And we're not just talking about shady business or contract drama. No, honey. This is deep, dark, and potentially career-ending. Word on the street is, this Netflix documentary is only the beginning. Rumors of lawsuits, backdoor deals, and buried secrets are swirling. Could Diddy's empire be built on quicksand? And if it all comes crashing down, who else is going with him? Because, baby, there's no escaping the fallout. There's no smoke without fire, and baby, smoke has been swirling around Diddy for years. From how he allegedly treats his artists to shady money trails, people have been whispering, and now 50 Cent might just give them the answers they've been waiting for. And this isn't just gossip. Word is, 50's got receipts. Not just any receipts either. These are the kind that could make Diddy sweat like a sinner in church on Sunday. Allegations are flying, and if even a fraction proved true, it could rewrite everything we thought we knew about the so-called bad boy mogul. Rumors suggest the documentary won't stop at business. It may even dive into Diddy's personal life. Not just dating T, but the deep, dark secrets he's tried to keep hidden. Buckle up, sis, it's about to get messy.
Surveillance videos show Diddy abusing his ex. A documentary is closer to becoming a reality.
Now let's bring in TMC's Michael Babcock. Good morning to you, Michael.
Morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing all right. So tell us what's going on with this. We understand rapper 50 Cent has been shopping this around.
Yeah, and you know what? I think a lot of people thought that 50 was just trolling, and if anyone follows 50 on Twitter or Instagram, you know, he's no stranger to that. He definitely, you know, engages in trolling and makes a lot of jokes. So when he had, you know, repeatedly taken shot after shot after shot at Diddy and then said, hey, I'm working on a documentary, I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not. So this is actually a real project that's being made under his G-Unit movie and TV studio, and he's made a bunch of really successful projects under that banner. They were actually selling it around to different streaming, organizations, including Netflix. Netflix ultimately had the most money, placed the winning bid, and at some point here in the future, we don't know exactly when, but this is actually going to be something that airs on Netflix.
So many people may not know. I mean, the two of them have had beef for decades. 50 Cent has kept his foot on Diddy's neck for decades.
Absolutely. Look, they once worked together a long time ago. They're not friends now. They don't like each other. And 50 has taken every shot, especially when Diddy has been down. Diddy really, is not in a position right now to fire back at 50 Cent. So yeah, he's taken a lot of abuse, and I don't know that anyone feels sorry.
Now I know what you're thinking. Girl, Diddy's been in the game for decades. Surely all his dirty laundry has been aired out by now, right? But baby, it looks like we've only scratched the surface. Let's not forget those recent lawsuits. He's allegedly been trying to sweep under the rug. Word on the street is they might be directly connected to what 50 Cent is about to reveal. And we're not talking petty drama or industry gossip. These are serious allegations that could rock the entire music industry to its core. Here's the real kicker. If what 50 is hinting at turns out to be true, Diddy might not be the only one caught in the crossfire. This could pull in a whole web of powerful figures. Some with names so massive, they'd leave your jaw on the floor. And let's be honest, the timing is beyond suspicious. Have you seen Diddy lately? Emotional outbursts, strange public appearances. It's giving man under pressure, like someone who knows the walls are closing in and the truth is catching up fast. People are starting to ask, what's really going on behind the designer suits and luxury mansions? No, we're not saying Diddy is guilty. That's for the facts to decide. But one thing's crystal clear. 50 Cent looks like he's about to call in the entire fire department. Because this isn't just smoke, It's a 5-alarm blaze. And if even half of the whispers are true, this documentary could burn down everything Diddy's built, from his business empire to his cultural legacy.
You understand? It's no way based on the evidence that the prosecutor presented that the judge was going to allow him to be bonded out on the first get-go. Now, if he comes up with some more hearings, he might be released. But based on the evidence, they've been following him, bro. They've been tapping his phone, been having people watch him. You understand? He been coming back and forth from New York, and he don't usually be coming back to New York. And somebody was telling me that, yo, listen here, yo, he trying to get witnesses. Remember when they released that first thing of Cassie, and I said that Diddy was trying to contact people for character witnesses, people for who he had problems with before, whatever like that, and trying to talk to them in the whole 9 yards. That's when they dropped that thing with Cassie. The Homeland Security had some agency or whatever like that that deals with that, dropped that thing on Cassie to show everybody, oh, y'all want to help him? Y'all, this is what y'all want to help? This is who y'all want to, say that he ain't never did nothing. This is what you want to put your brand on? And everybody started backing up from him. Everybody was talking about, yo, man, Cassie was a gold digger. Cassie was this, that, and the third. She loved it in the whole 9 yards. And then when they seen that, all his friends or so-called friends, went away. So him not having a bond is not surprising.
Yeah, and he offered them $50 million, and they still denied his bond.
He should have waited to see what they was going to offer. Because if he got $50 million to get him and offer that, then they think like, yo, that's too little of a money.
And you right about Diddy phone being tapped, because the news came out that his former bandmate from Dirty Money, she called the other group member Dunn 58 times trying to get her to stop the lawsuit against Diddy.
She ain't the only one he was trying to get in contact with. You understand? He sent somebody through somebody else to try to get in contact with me, telling me enough is enough. Oh, okay. You tell Big Mama that enough is enough. You can't tell Wolf Mama enough is enough. You tell D Ferg Mama enough is enough. You understand? You tell all those people who supported you.
50 Cent is out here dropping bombshells, and Diddy, baby, he looks like he's in the middle of a full-on meltdown. Now look, we've seen Diddy get emotional before. A tear here, a somber look there. But this hits different. Something has the bad boy mogul looking like he's just one headline away from total collapse. And the timing couldn't be worse. If ever there was a moment to keep his poker face on, it's now. Picture it. Diddy, the man known for his sharp suits and unshakable swagger, was recently spotted looking like he'd just rolled out of bed. Bloodshot eyes, swollen face. And no, we're not talking about a dramatic single tear for sympathy. This was full on, sidewalk shaking, ugly crying. Word has it the breakdown happened right outside a high-end restaurant in LA. He rolled up with his crew, maybe hoping for a peaceful dinner away from the chaos, but something clearly triggered him. Moments later, he was sobbing uncontrollably in the street. His entourage tried calming him down, but Diddy wasn't having it. The scene was so intense, passers-by literally stopped in their tracks, confused and stunned. And let's be real, everyone has emotional moments. But this is Diddy, Mr. Cool, calm, and collected. Seeing him like this, it's like watching the Statue of Liberty break into the Macarena. Just not normal. So what's got him this shook? Is it 50 Cent? Is the weight of his past finally crashing into his present? He's weathered scandals before, but if this documentary drops what people say it might, this time could be truly devastating.
You didn't tell me about this. So he tried to get somebody to reach out to you?
No, I got a phone call from Kirk Burroughs. And Kirk Burroughs, and I ain't gonna even get this guy no play. Not Kirk Burroughs, but one of the Puff dudes that I know that's real close to him said, Kirk told me, yo, he want to reach out to you, Gene. He want to speak to you. I said, speak to me for what? What do you want to speak to me for? If he's trying to speak to me, it's for Puff. Point blank. I know the dude. I know how close he is to Puff. He's been with Puff from day one. So he ain't got nothing to say to me, bro. But Kirk Burrows did say to me that the dude said enough is enough. When do it becomes enough? Yo, because, bro, listen, I didn't ask to be put in this situation. You understand? And a lot of people ain't going to understand this. Because a lot of people wouldn't give up what I've given up to be in this situation. You understand? My whole thing about it is, when you lean on right, you ain't gonna never turn to wrong. And my whole thing about it is that Puff wasn't right what he did to people around us, man. He wasn't right what he did to people around us. Him being hard-headed, not listening, and not telling the truth and constantly lying cost a lot of people their lives, man. It cost a lot of people their lives. I want him to understand. When I told him, if we don't do something to these doors, people gonna die tonight. And forget, and I want to say F what other people say. Everybody know I told him that. Our whole crew know I told him that. From Slick to Nord, Bunny, Big Boy, Eddie, all the people that was with us that night. Know I told him that. 9 people end up dead. Everybody know I told him. Not everybody, but Paul was there. D-Rock. Some of the bad boy street teams. If we go to this party tonight, somebody gonna die. I got intel from 2 top gangsters. From a dude rolling with Jodeci. I got intel, bro. We go to the party, somebody gonna die. Big's music, I hate to hear it. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know what I did. I know what I said. They know what I said. So it don't hurt me. It's a feeling that you get when you know something didn't have to happen that day. And I was never no play. I'm playing with people. I joke and I tease, I talk about you and everything like that. But if I come to the table something that's real, respect that. And it became a part where the respect was gone anytime that, and it probably don't have nothing to do with me. There was ulterior motives that took Big to that party, bro. There were other motives that took Big to that party that led him not.
The issues Diddy's facing right now go far beyond 50 Cent's explosive upcoming documentary. There's growing chatter about financial troubles, romantic turmoil, and even potential health concerns simmering beneath the surface. Is the immense pressure of maintaining his legacy, image, and empire finally catching up to him? Or is there something even deeper going on behind the scenes? Let's talk timing. With 50 Cent's documentary looming like a dark cloud, you'd expect Diddy to be cleaning up his public image, tightening his inner circle, and staying out of the spotlight. Instead, he's visibly unraveling, emotional, shaken, and far from the polished mogul we're used to seeing. It's starting to feel like he knows something we don't. Maybe this isn't just a spontaneous breakdown. It's a reaction to a ticking time bomb. Some speculate it could even be a calculated PR move Celebrities have staged breakdowns before, either to shift public focus, earn sympathy, or brace audiences for major revelations. But what's truly raising eyebrows? Eyewitnesses say Diddy was on his phone moments before the breakdown looking visibly frightened, not just upset. What kind of message could cause that level of fear? If 50 Cent really does have more explosive revelations up his sleeve, this may only be the beginning of Diddy's reckoning.
And a lot of things going on behind the scenes, but in the open at the same time. You know what I mean? Like if you run in certain circles, there's things that you've heard for years. Maybe not necessarily on a criminal level, but there's a lot of stuff that I've heard, you know, that could involve baby oil and all that type of shit, where I've been hearing that shit for years, bro, since the 90s, bro. I've been hearing about like bisexual type of shit since the 90s. You heard? That's what I've been hearing. But not the freak offs per se. Nah, I didn't necessarily know about that. Because Puffy used to be known as like a good party promoter. Like he would have parties in New York. Him and this lady, Jessica Rosenblum. And they used to have very, you know, a lot of celebrities would go to their parties. There'd be a lot of chicks there. And, you know, they'd have the good parties, like, you know, at different venues around the city. And when they was the promoter, you would know that, okay, that might be a party you want to go to because it's going to be popping. But it wasn't any kind of like, there was no signs of no freak off type of shit. This is that happened later when he's having parties at his mansions and shit like that. Like, I only know him for going to those parties that were out in the public. See what I'm saying? That's the only Diddy party I ever been to, was out in public, and there was no freak off shit. There was no outwardly gay shit going on or anything like that.
So that's been going around since the 90s, him being bisexual?
I heard that's why he had got fired from Uptown. That he got caught in a precarious act, doing something real baby oil-ish in the office. You know? Now I'm not gonna get into the rumor of who the other dude was, but y'all heard the rumor. And homeboy, you know, the other dude says it's not true, but I don't know. I'm just saying that was the rumor since back then.
Yeah, somebody told me about how they walked in on Diddy getting fellatio from another man.
Yep.
Wow, dude. But speaking of baby oil, how you feel about the feds finding over 1,000 bottles of baby oil?
Of baby oil and lubricant. Don't forget, they said and lubricant. So you gotta, you know, maybe could have been 500 and 500. I don't know, you know, but it's a slippery slope, Art. Like, you know, it's a very slippery slope when it comes to baby oil, you know. I don't know why you would need. First of all right, as a man, if you know about the anatomy of a woman and you know how to get her in the right frame of mind, no oils are needed. She's self-lubricating. Okay? So that leads me to believe that's for something else that needed moisturizing. These niggas is out here practicing sex magic, and they're trying to shatter people's chakras, shatter their lower chakra. Okay? That's what we're gonna call it. He likes to shatter people's chakras. I think men and women. And that's where the baby oil and the lubrication comes into play. Or here's another reason why you might need baby oil and all that. If you're giving people slipping the Mickeys and shit like that, right? And you knocking them out, and you having sex with people that are knocked out, like females that are knocked out, well, that female is not gonna now. Why would she get wet? She don't even know what's going on. You know what I mean? So she's not gonna be into it. Her body's not gonna be into it. So you might need some sort of lubrication. If that's what you're doing, I don't know. This is just all alleged things that we hear going around that he may have done. And if he did do that, that's some real piece of shit. You're a piece of shit to do that. To a woman, to a man, to anybody. To try to do some shit against somebody's will, slip them a Mickey, and then they wake up sore. That's criminal. That's criminal. That's what.
You got to be a real piece of shit to do that. But how you feel about the feds finding videos of his freakos? You think there's any celebrities worried?
Absolutely. Absolutely. CEOs, all kind of motherfuckers. A bunch of people stepped down from their positions after this happened. Bunch of people stepped down there from their position after this happened. Why do you think they would do that? Because a lot of times these guys got like morality clauses in their contracts and shareholders. If some sort of action comes against you, then maybe you can't get your fucking pension and all this type of shit. So let me get out now before my fucking name comes up in this shit and I can't get my bread. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I think a lot of people started stepping down. You did?
How you feel about them denying his bail twice? You think that's fair?
I don't know. I mean, when you got so much money like that, I feel like you are a flight risk. You are a risk to, and not even just a flight risk, but if you're out and being able to move around, you can intimidate witnesses and all kind of it's just much easier for you to like continue to be foul. You know what I mean? You can continue your freak offs and you can continue to put some shit in the champagne bottle and offer people drinks and shit like that. But what I will say is, I don't want it to just stop here. Like, he's not the top of this. He's not the top of the pyramid.